Promised Consort RADAHN is the final boss of the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, and arguably one of the hardest bosses in the game, at least to me. Granted, I was fighting him at level 200 with almost no armor and using fists, so I was pretty much missing a quarter of my attacks. I was still able to kill the boss. What makes this Giga Chad boss even harder to kill than Melania is that he's gay, I think. I'm still not entirely sure about the whole Mikola thing. Some people are saying it's more of a gay for pay kind of deal. Others are saying he's being mind controlled. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure his soul is being kept in Mohg's body, and we all know what kind of guy Mohg was. Except maybe not, because Mikola could have mind controlled Mohg too. Was Mohg actually a good guy? Well, probably not with like the whole realm of blood and eternal suffering thing, but anyways. This boss is pretty difficult in the first phase, and by the second phase, he turns into a borderline 3D bullet hell maniac. I mean, seriously, some parts of this fight legit look like they're from one of those like Giga Death mods where there's like a billion explosions. Like I was actually dropping frames during this fight. Anyways, TLDR, you're gonna have to learn some techniques if you want to win. Let's start with the openings. Almost every time, RADAHN will just start the fight by bringing his swords together and spinning at you. You can just dodge this by rolling into him and then punish him. Don't roll back because there's a shockwave and it'll probably catch your roll. Your general strategy will be to circle to the left side of RADAHN. This will be much more useful in phase 2 and will also help you get easier attacks out of the boss in both phase 1 and phase 2. For melee attacks, RADAHN has 4 main combos and they stem from 2 openings. You'll have an overhead slash into a back and forth slash. You can punish this after the back and forth. The same overhead slash into a double slash, which is then followed by a slam and explosion. Roll through the explosion and punish, but watch the timing on your roll as the explosion will catch you if you're late. He can sometimes start these slash attacks with a stomp, roll through it and roll later rather than earlier. Don't roll back as the attack travels backwards in a shockwave and you can get caught by that too. The other main melee attack the boss can do is a quick side slash. This can be followed by another slash and a twirl, which can then be punished. But watch the boss here because he can sometimes do a follow-up slice that can catch you. Just look for the boss. He'll like stand up and kind of put his swords back together. The fourth melee attack is that same quick side slash followed by a delayed double slash. This one can be annoying if you get caught on this timing of the slash and twirl. So try and watch the boss's hand to see what attack he's doing after he does the quick slash. Other melee attacks are the blood stab. RADAHN will stab forward and swipe, leaving a line. This is basically Mohg's attack, which makes sense lore-wise because RADAHN basically is Mohg now. Unfortunately, this attack isn't really punishable, at least for me. You have to get behind the boss to punish him, and by the time you do, he's usually doing another attack. And if you just try and roll through the slash and punish him, the explosion will always catch you. You can also do a delayed slash and a slam attack. Both attacks are delayed, so just watch the timing. You can punish after the second hit. The boss can also do a quick cross slash. If you have a quick melee attack, you can roll and punish it, but larger weapons probably won't be able to do it in time. I was using fists and I was not able to get off a strong attack in the time reliably to punish the quick cross slash. So take that with a grain of salt. The most annoying attack to me in this phase is his double slash. This attack is really hard to dodge. I could not for the life of me dodge this attack from a normal position. If you back roll the first one, the second one will catch you, and then you can just dodge the cross and punish, but you're still taking damage. My best advice is to stick to the left side, as I said. Dodge the first one as soon as you see it, and you can usually get under the second one too, and then dodge the big cross, and then you can punish the boss. The attack has a lot of delay, so either take the hit and use the time to heal any other damage you might have taken, or if you can, which what most people were doing, is block the first hit, roll the second, and then roll the cross and punish. I was fighting with fists, so I didn't really want to block. I usually just chose to heal, or I would get lucky and dodge this, or I'd just punish the boss. The boss can also do a front flip. This is a really good punish time. Watch the boss as he'll sometimes do a second flip, so don't commit all your attacks right away, but after this you can punish pretty well. The boss has 3 special attacks. The first is the opener spin, just roll in and punish. The second is a meteor attack. Watch your rolls and watch your spacing. If you're too close, when the boss does his channel for this, it'll hit you and it does insane damage. So I usually just rolled or walked back and then rolled through the meteors as they came out. Afterwards, just run back a bit so you're not under the meteors, and then you can just roll to the side to dodge them all. The third is his gravity pull-in attack. Your best bet here is to just roll as soon as you see him start it. Like, just learn that and get used to doing that. If you do that, it won't pull you. If it does, he'll usually do his special attack, which is like a cross slash followed by a shockwave. This actually isn't that bad. If you just roll the slash, you can literally just keep rolling back. You just have to time it right. But if you do that, you'll be able to dodge all the damage, except for the pull-in. And the pull-in does do damage, so you have to watch. Upon reaching around 2/3 HP, Mikola, the king of cuntiness, will come down and attach himself to his muscular boy toy, spelling doom to all those who fear his dynasty of compassion and the LGBTQ. Now you face RADAHN, the consort of Mikola. From now on, almost all the boss's attacks are empowered, and the boss has some new, insanely difficult attacks. I say insanely difficult because without a shield, these attacks are very hard to escape from with no damage taken. Let's just start with the openings again. The boss will usually start with his Hammer of Dawn attack, as I call it. Gears of War fans, you know what I mean. As soon as you see this start up, just run backwards until it explodes, then watch for the straight beams on the ground. The boss can follow this up with his other specials, so let's talk about those too. The boss has 3 new specials that involve these like living hologram projections of himself. The boss can do like kind of a side TP, and then he'll do a hologram slice followed by a real slice. This is probably the easiest one to dodge. Just roll through both, and then you can punish him. The boss can go into the air. At this point, a bunch of projections will try and slice you. After this, the boss will do one of his melee combos. This attack is really hard to dodge without taking damage, but I had some success by rolling diagonally backwards to the right. However, you have to watch the angles. If you go too far back or too far to the right, you'll get caught by something. And you have to be careful because this can stun chain you into like legit lethal damage. So just keep spamming rolls and keep spamming it the right way. You'll probably get clipped by something, but you won't die. The boss can also charge up and do like a rush attack. If this attack hits you with every single charge, you will probably die. But you're actually able to dodge it pretty easily and consistently by just dodging to the left circularly in the same way that we usually do. So that works out well. The boss's other specials are changed except for the spin. The spin attack is pretty much the same, at least from what I saw. I didn't really look behind me because you can't roll back into this attack anyways because of the shockwave. It's just better to roll in. The meteor attack is pretty much the same, except after the meteors land, the boss will do a hologram attack. This one is also very hard, and I don't know if I ever dodged this one like consistently. But it's actually really easy to block because the hologram for this one doesn't really do that much damage. So like I just had fists, but you can see I didn't take that much damage from just blocking. So just hold your block, count 4 strikes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then roll when the 4th one hits, and then dodge the explosion. He'll like hit the ground and then do an explosion and just dodge that. The explosion's kind of delayed, so just watch out for that. But if you can dodge all of that, you can get out of those with taking very little. If you're extremely glass cannon and you can't afford to block here, like you're doing a tier stone build, your other option is to just run as far as you can from the meteors, dodge to the side, and then you can outrange the 4 slices. However, the 5th one, the real slice, can't be outranged. You have to dodge this, and then you have to dodge the explosion that follows. The pull-in attack is pretty much the same. I'd really recommend you learn to just react and dodge the pull-in, but if you can't dodge the same way as the first one, then just keep rolling back to dodge the holograms, then dodge the 2nd slice, which is the same as the first, and then just keep rolling back again. You need a lot of stamina here, obviously. The melee attacks are now empowered, but if you dodge with the correct timing and in the correct position, you shouldn't get affected by the light beams. This is why I recommend you dodge to the left in a circular pattern in the first phase, because it'll help you get used to the timing. Be careful and get good at reacting because almost all the attacks can now chain stun you into lethal damage if you get caught by just one, since the light beams come in between them. Other than that, just watch where you dodge. Usually avoid dodging in front of the boss because some of the attacks will have beams coming straight out of him. For example, the backflip will shoot beams straight out of the boss, so you need to roll to the side for this. So I'd recommend doing that for first and second phase to get used to it. There is an insta-death mechanic in this fight. RADAHN will charge up, jump in the air, and grab you after a delay. Mikola will put a spell on you. Nothing will happen right away, so you kind of get off scot-free. However, if RADAHN hits you again with this same attack, Mikola will instantly kill you from full health, no counterplay, no surviving. So make sure you learn to dodge this one. It has a good bit of delay, but isn't really that hard to dodge, and you can punish after. I literally never got hit by this attack twice in a row, so I don't even know what it looks like when you die. The boss also has 2 projectile attacks. One is a slow moving disc, the other is a arena covering disc. Just dodge the slow moving disc properly, and then the quick arena covering one, just dodge it as soon as, you'll learn the timing for it, but pretty much just dodge as soon as it comes out. The boss has a new melee attack combo in this phase as well. It's kind of a special attack, but it's also kind of a melee attack. But he'll charge his blades up and then he'll jump at you and start spinning around. If you just dodge instinctively to the left in a circular pattern, you'll usually end up dodging most of the attacks or going under them. The only big one is the jump in the air. That one does the most damage, so you really want to make sure you wait for that one and dodge that one properly. There's an explosion that comes afterwards, so don't roll too early. You need to make sure you're rolling as soon as he lands so you can dodge that, because that's what does the most damage. The only other big thing to look for is when you get the boss low, around a quarter HP, RADAHN will repeat his meteor drop attack from his original fight. This attack looks really scary, but if you just run to the side of the arena and spam dodge when he lands, you can avoid pretty much all the damage. Other than that, just stay consistent, watch your roll timings, get your punishments in, and you'll end Miquella's Age of Compassion before it even began, killing one of, if not the hardest boss From Software has ever released. That serves him right for trying to be gentle. As always, guys, I've attached a full recap of the final fight that I had with this boss where I beat it. You can watch that to kind of learn all the timings that I'm referring to in this video. They're really hard to explain. It's easier to just watch the actual fight and see. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to watch me live, I stream on twitch.tv/protomonkey. But that's pretty much it, guys. Enjoy the fight if you're going to watch it. Other than that, have a good day.
Where's my nose like sideways? Is that how it always looks? Well, fuck you then. I don't need to use my actual flask. Guess I can use it here. That's... Wow, yeah, maybe that animation could take longer. I'm surprised I didn't take damage there. It's actually really good. Okay. That was kind of insane. Spawn, but okay. Okay, thank God. Did not want to die to that fucking attack again. That's okay. Running my ass away. Where's the boss? Okay. Like, I'm losing my marbles. Oh my god, this might be it. No way. Holy shit. No way. Oh my god. Oh shit. On my last attempt. Oh my god. Remembrance of a god and a lord.